Sales Training with Rich Norton. I'm excited that you're tuned in and delighted to be able to share some valuable information that's going to help you to succeed in direct selling. In fact, we're going to cover a topic today about closing. Okay, that's important because I have many people that reach out to me and say, man, I'm giving these presentations, people like me, I'm meeting all kind of friends, I'm having a good time, but I'm not closing people. And in order to be successful in this industry, you have to learn to close people, because the art of closing is really important when it comes to direct selling. So we're going to cover that, and we're going to spend a little time on that today. I'm really happy to share this information with you because it's very important that you get this part down. If you're hearing, for example, tell me if this sounds familiar, whatever you're selling, if you're hearing, well, this sounds great, but do you have a business card? Ching, I know people are raising their hand and saying, yep, that's me. I'm hearing that all the time. Hey, thank you for your time. Right now is not really a good time for us. Can we call you back? Or this sounds great. You sound like a nice guy. I don't think this is going to be what we're looking for right now. Or we have to think about it. Anybody got that out there? Yep. Or I have to talk to my partner. Yeah, you got that too as well? Yeah, we're all hearing that, right? And no matter how good you are in sales, you're going to hear that. I heard that one time today. I've been doing this a long time. The key is to limit that. We don't want that to be part of your daily sales all the time. We want to help you to close merchants. So in whatever you're selling, closing merchants, whatever home sales, direct sales, whatever you're selling, we want you to be able to have the skills to be able to understand the art of closing. Now here's some points. This is good note-taking material. I hear this a lot. I gave this great program, I presented everything, and I lost them in the end. Okay, here's what you have to remember. You never, ever really lose them in the end. Where you're losing them is right from the beginning. Now you're saying, what are you talking about? They're saying it at the end. Well, the art of closing comes right when you meet people for the very first time. So here's what you have to understand. When you're meeting a prospect, you are closing immediately. And I'm talking about right away. For example, I'll say, hey, I've been helping a bunch of merchants in the area. Some are using this program, some of that. Everybody loves the program that we're using. And then as you're presenting them, you are closing them throughout the presentation. Very important to understand that. So the art of closing is all about, you've heard the expression, assuming the close. Very important to understand that. Now, you might say, well, help me with that. You know, I need some little bit more information about assuming the close. For example, as you're presenting, and I'll use our business for example, as you're presenting a prospect, you're going to use phrases that are going to be assuming the close. For example, you'll talk to a merchant, and you'll be on a first name basis. Hey, Tom, I want to say this from here on in, this is going to be the new program that you're going to be on. See what I did right there? I used an assumptive approach. Starting this day, or starting today, this is where you were, this is where you're going to be right now. This is going to be the program that you'll be having. Another assumptive phrase. And then you learn to ask questions. These are all part of pre-closes. And the answer that you're looking for is yes. The magic word when it comes to selling is the word yes. Do you like what I'm showing you so far? Does it make sense to you? Can you see how this can be a benefit to all businesses, including yourself? Yes, we can. Do you like the fact that we put this part of the program in to help save money? Yes. Would you agree that nowadays it's important for businesses, which they understand, to do everything that they can to save a penny? Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm shaking my head up and down, and I'm looking for the magic word yes. And then another thing that you want to do is you want them to visualize having the program already, whatever you're selling, okay, whether it's a home, sometimes people call it the puppy dog close, right? You've heard this before where they'll give someone a puppy and let them keep it for the night, and obviously what's going to happen, they're going to fall in love with the puppy. The next day comes around, but they're already sold, right? So they're visualizing having the puppy already. And it's the same thing. The home, the car, whatever you might be selling, merchant services, visualize having the program already. Like, for example, the equipment. Here's our new equipment. It has the printer in the machine. It's got a pin pad in the machine. It does Apple Pay, Google Pay, tap the card, chip technology. It's got everything here. It works on Ethernet or Wi-Fi. All right, now I'm going to have them visualizing having this already. To you, your equipment, I see it's on Ethernet. Would you prefer this on Ethernet, or would you prefer to have it on Wi-Fi? Now I'm asking some which questions. This is also known as the which pitch, right? Which would you prefer? Well, I think we'd like to have it on Wi-Fi. Do you like the fact that you'd be able to walk around the store? Can you see how that can be an advantage having a terminal like this? Yes, it would. There we go. Magic word is yes. I had them visualizing having the terminal. I asked them which they would prefer, right? Got all that part out of the way. I talked about where they would put it, and they like the fact of being able to walk around. So these are the assumptive phrases, and when you get down to the end, this will help you. So you're saying assumptive all the way through. You are going to put up a summary for everything after you've explained everything, because here's where people make a lot of mistakes. They'll present something, they'll have a dynamic presentation, they get down to the end, and it's like, oh, I hope they say yes. Oh, boy, I hope they say yes. Okay, do you want to buy it? And they're waiting for the people to say yes, and when you do that, you're going to hear, thank you for showing it. You got a card? And I know that sounds all too familiar because you're not properly closing the merchants. If you did everything the way you were supposed to do it all the way through, now you're just going to do a brief summary of how everything is going to happen. So, Mr. Merchant, from this day forward, or Mr. Customer, whatever you're selling, this is what's going to happen. Whether you're selling windows, I got friends that sell windows, very successful at it. They could teach this class, right? Whatever you're selling, encyclopedias, books, insurance, you're going to do a little summary. So, Mr. So-and-so or Joe, from this day forward, this is how everything's going to work. This is how I handle it in my industry. You're going to get the equipment. This is where your old fees were. We're getting rid of all that. Getting rid of all the processing fees. You're on the new program that we have. You see the savings. Obviously, I know you're excited about that. This is what's going to happen. Today is Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever the day may be. You're going to get everything in a couple days. So now I'm having them visualizing having the program already. We're going to walk you through getting everything set up. I'm going to come back. I'm going to set everything up, show you how to use it. We'll assist you in getting rid of who you currently have, so you don't have to worry about that. I make it very, very easy for my merchants. Oh, that's great. That sounds great. So I'm letting them know how easy the transition is, and I'm walking them through that. Very important that you do that, and then that's going to lead you to your closing questions. And at that point, you take the assumptive approach again. So at this point, you got to make it sound as easy as possible. At this point, everybody says to me, Rich, what a no-brainer this is. This is, what do we need to do to get started? So I'm putting that in their mind. What do we need to do to get started? Shaking my head, and I'm waiting for them to, that's what we were thinking. Everybody asked me that. Here's what we need to do to get started. Now I'm going to ask them a couple more questions. By the way, who do you do your banking with right now? Well, we use such and such a bank. Is that the same account that you want your funds to go into every day? Now I'm talking about our industry right now. And you can use these type of questions, assumptive questions, for whatever you're selling. Yes, we do. Okay, great. Is that a business account? Yes, it is. I got 3 yeses right there. So all I'm going to need from you today is a check. You're going to write void on it. I'm going to fill everything out. We're going to get everything going, and we will handle everything for you. Now, if they hesitate, that means they're not ready. You need to go back and re-emphasize a point. Don't wait. Go back and go right into that closing question again. So all I'm going to need to get everything going is let them get that. If they don't respond, go back and repeat something else and go right back to it again. So these are all assumptive ways. Again, you don't lose them in the end. You lost them somewhere in the beginning. Set the tone when you're meeting prospects for closing, right when you meet them, all the way throughout your presentation. Believe in what you're doing, assume the close, and you will find if you go through every step, you are going to have great success. In the next video, I'm going to cover how to handle objections. So what do you do if the people say, I got to think about it, or what do I got to do, whatever the objection may be, we're going to help you with that. So I hope this helps you close the merchants. Let's start making some money and having fun. I'll see you on the next video. Hi, it's Rich Norton here with the super crew of Payrock. Thank you for tuning in to our shows. As you see, I have a passion to teach people how to be super successful in the field of direct selling. Can you imagine that? 42 years of knocking on doors, knocking on businesses' doors, going out and speaking to people and having success. I want to share the knowledge, the passion that I have with as many as I possibly can. Many of you have reached out and you've inquired. You're like, hey, I'm in sales, or I want to get in sales. I want to do what you do. It's exciting. I want to learn more about it. Do you guys have opportunities? And the answer to that question is yes, we do. So if you're the type of person that is interested in earning great money up front, as well as building your own business, not by yourself, we're going to work with you and teach you how to do this business, but as well as earning residual income where you're making money while you sleep. So that's the opportunity that we have. If you'd like to learn more about it, you can reach me. I'll introduce you to some of our leaders, some of our team leaders around the country. We're all over the country, wherever you're at. You can call me at 904-434-4635. You can text me. If I don't answer, I keep busy, leave me a message. Or you can email me at Payrock, which is P-A-Y-R-O-C, Rich Norton @gmail.com. You'll see it right at the bottom of the screen, and I look forward to talking with you. And if you qualify, we will teach you how to do this business and live the life that you always dreamed of. I'll be happy to help you.